Alex from SBI. We're here live at the ISA 2024 show floor with one of our young sign makers this year is ElijahJames Badoui Minaise. He is the operations manager at Signcraft Premier Identity Solutions in Roseburg, Oregon. ElijahJames, thank you so much for being here today.
It's a pleasure.
He flew in last night all the way from Oregon, so we appreciate you waking up and dealing with the time difference and everything.
Oh yeah, it's quite the experience.
So, as everyone knows, if you've read signshop.com or you've read the magazine, ElijahJames is one of our youngest winners ever. He's an extremely talented guy, and you have been working at the family business. I'm sure you were encouraged by family to get all of your certifications at such an early age.
Oh yes.
So what was that process like for you, becoming 18 years old, getting crane certifications, working with electric certifications, things like that? Is that something that was intimidating, or were you kind of feeling comfortable about that after being in the industry for so long?
I was definitely more comfortable with it being in the industry so long. It was
Okay.
there were some aspects of it that were a little intimidating.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so one of the coolest elements of your nomination was the 10 down bowling alley, because they had some old school neon elements, but they wanted to refurbish it, make it look new, and you guys kind of utilized your different technologies to make that happen.
Yeah.
Can you walk us through what it was like from the moment the client reached out and they said they wanted to refurbish, but it's pretty difficult to work with old school neon these days.
Exactly. It was. So they came to us. They said they had this older sign. They weren't quite sure what they wanted to do, or if they wanted a brand new sign, or they wanted a kind of retro look. So we gave them a bunch of options, and they really liked this one. And so
was that, you said you were working with LED to kind of create the illusion of old school neon?
Sure. Well, we used the LED for the bulbs, but we did use old school neon.
Oh, you did? Okay, yeah, impressive. So what is it like? That's a very retro style in signage, and you being a young guy, how did you teach yourself how to work with something like that?
Oh, we have a lot of amazing guys on the team that have worked with it. So I went to them, and they kind of coached it through it and talked over different ideas.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so you were able to rely on the team and the technicians you have.
Oh yeah.
Perfect. Okay, and then in terms of servicing the community, I know that's a bit of a calling card for Signcraft. How do you guys find new clients, and do they come to you? Are you guys kind of the premier signage provider in that area?
Yes, we are definitely in that area.
Okay. And so it's a lot of small businesses. You were saying there's a lot of farming that goes along in the area. So how do you go about designing for specific clients? If they come to you and they don't have a rendering, or they don't really understand branding, can you help? Can Signcraft help them walk through that process?
Oh, absolutely. We have some amazing designers there.
So what is that process like, if you wouldn't mind walking me through it? Say someone reaches out and say, we don't have a branding team. We're not sure what's going on. Can you guys uplift our brick and mortar branding?
So they would contact the office or one of the sales team, and then our designers would reach out. They'd schedule a meeting. They'd go through different aspects of what they like, what they're looking for.
So you guys really have the process honed in there to where you have the reliable team members that can get A, B, C, all the different aspects of signage done. Oh, perfect. Okay, and then as we know, signage is there's so many family businesses in signage. And we just talked to someone across the row here that's a strong family business. What advice can you give as a young person working in family? Because I know you live with the people, you know them so well, you know what makes them tick, you know what makes them happy. But how do you mix that with business dealings? Because as we all know, that can get a little complicated. How do you go about making sure that you have the family relationship and the business relationship without things overlapping too much?
Well, it's kind of like the whole business is, even with non-family members, it's just a giant family. And so
that's really the true vibe of the workshop?
Definitely.
Oh, perfect. that's a smart way to do it, because even, the non-blood family members still feel like they're family.
Exactly.
Family business.
Exactly.
Okay, so in terms of advice I know you're young yourself, but advice for other young people in the signage industry who, they like it, they're utilizing their creativity, it's hands-on work, but they may not know how to be a manager. They may not know how to deal with clients. What can you tell someone who's young and maybe intimidated to try to take the next step in their signage career?
Hang in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Do your best, and definitely learn from your elders and superiors who've been in the industry.
That's what I hear. So it's just really important to develop that nice relationship the people in your shop who know what's going on?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
and then what about in terms of leading a team, or dealing with? It can be a little awkward as a young person to tell an older person what to do, or something like that.
It can be. Yep.
Yeah. So how do you go about that in terms of treating someone with respect, but also making sure they acquire the knowledge about the job and things like that? Is that something that comes naturally, or did you have to work on that?
I definitely had to work on it. It was kind of awkward for me being younger, we have some people that are quite older than me. Exactly.
Yeah.
They're veterans in the industry. And then we get together along great. They have tips, I have tips, and we just learn from each other.
To kind of create an ecosystem where there's trust involved, and
absolutely,
no one's really getting their feelings hurt.
Exactly.
Oh, that's amazing. And to kind of wrap things up here, whether it's the True Value sign you did, the local bowling alley, what would you say to people who are dealing with the pipeline is coming in and they have to choose? They don't have as much time as they would like, because sign shops can tend to have small teams and operating. How do you guys decipher which jobs to focus on and which jobs to spend the most energy on when it comes to deciphering different projects and things like that?
Definitely. I mean, we try to get them all in an orderly manner as they come in. Basically, we prioritize everyone.
So you just do it chronologically and just respect the business process.
Exactly. For bigger ones, we'll force more people on the bigger team trying to get those done, because those bigger jobs definitely take a lot of time and effort to get in, and then smaller jobs we kind of get those done early.
That makes sense. So is there anything else you feel like you need to tell the signage audience, or do you feel like we covered it all?
I think we got it.
All right. Well, thank you so much for making your way all the way out here, man.
Appreciate it.
And then, of course, stay tuned to signshop.com for all of these videos and some recap from ISA 2024. As always, we appreciate you watching.